What's up, everybody? I am Kimberly Matthews, and I'm so glad that you joined me for today's session. So, let's just get right into it. I want to introduce myself and let you know that I am your host or your life coach for today. I am Kimberly Matthews. I am a life coach. I am an author and speaker, and I am super excited about this channel and the journey that all of you are about to take with me. So I really just want to talk to those of you who are dissatisfied with the direction your life has taken, but you're finally ready to take back control. Are you tired of starting something and never finishing, never getting the results that you want? Or do you still feel empty or like something is missing? Maybe you have accomplished some things, you've reached the goals you set, but you still feel something missing. You still feel like there's more for you to do. Are you ready to maximize your potential? If you are, then I think I can help you. I think that I can help get you the results that you want if you allow me to be your life coach. And so I want to talk to you today about some things that are going to help you get the results that you want and help you to begin to master your mind so that you can begin to think your way to your wealthy place, think your way to success, think your way to get the results that you want. So, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Like I said, I am a life coach, an author, and a speaker, but I haven't always been that. Prior to that, I was a business consultant, and prior to that, I was in accounting. I worked in accounting and finance. But my journey started when, or I would say, like, my journey of transformation started when I became a stay-at-home mom. So I had my first child, and I decided that I was going to stay at home and be with my children and, raise them so that I could, you know, pay attention and to be there to be able to meet their needs and, raise them. But then as I, started staying at home, and I think it was kind of like a culture shock for me. And, I had like this time at home, and it was just different from having kind of like a routine every day and getting up in the morning. And so during this time, I just began to kind of question some of the decisions that I made. And is this whole stay-at-home mom thing, is that for me? And I think I was kind of wrestling with myself about just you know, was I really, valuable? Was I really adding value, as a stay at home mom? I think I, was just kind of battling with some of the things that, society would say about, whether it's better to be, a working mom or a stay at home mom. And, I just didn't want people to think that I was just like stay at home, like eating, donuts and watching, like watching TV, watching talk shows and things like that. And so I was kind of battling with this and feeling like I could do more, I could be more. There was more to me than, just being a mom. And not to say that, stay at home moms don't do anything, because I'm telling you, my days were definitely busy, not only just the everyday things of trying to keep up with toddlers and things like that, but just the whole kind of like mental stress of it all, not getting enough sleep, and trying to figure out when can I take a shower, and all those things like that. So for all us stay at home moms, I say you know keep it up, good job, keep job, because I definitely know how that feels. But I felt like there was more to me, like I could do more, like I could be a stay-at-home mom, but I also could do more, I could be more, and I was just kind of tired of kind of like feeling mediocre and feeling getting mediocre results. I just felt like I was bigger than what I was showing. And so it kind of started me on this journey of, what can I be? What can I do? How can I add value? How can I make more impact? How can I, make my life, matter, not just to my, husband and children, but to, society at large. I wanna know that I left something, behind. So if you have ever, felt like that, then I want to invite you to take this journey with me and to help and to allow me to assist you, to allow me to coach you to getting to the place that you want. And so I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was like, well, one thing that I can do, maybe I could just go back and get an MBA and then see what I can do with that. So I did. And then from there, that's when I got into business consultation. I specialized in entrepreneurship, and I did have this kind of background in accounting and finance. So from what I learned, during my MBA and what I knew about business through, accounting and finance, I thought, oh, I can really be helpful in this way. I can make an impact in people's lives in this way. And so I did. I became a business consultant, helping small businesses reach their goals, helping people reach their goals as far as their business was concerned. And so I did that for a while. And even with that, I didn't, at that time, I felt like, at the time that I stopped doing it, I felt like, oh, I'm not getting the results that I wanted. Because initially when I started, I was like, ooh, I'm going to make this business. It's going to be like a Fortune 500 company. I'm about to be on Wall Street and all of that. And so, I did that, I want to say maybe like eight years. And it never did, it didn't become a Fortune 500 company. And it never did, take off in the way that, I wanted it. It really didn't even come close to becoming a Fortune 500 company. And I was kind of very, very much sporadic, in my income. And I couldn't figure out how to, really gain momentum, to really build it the way that I wanted to. But that was a learning process for me. I learned more about myself. I learned about people. I learned what I liked about business. I learned what I didn't like about business. I learned what I could be passionate about and what I was not passionate about. I learned what my strengths were, what my weaknesses were. So even though I felt led to start that business, what I thought it was gonna do didn't do what I it that didn't happen. But I believe now, when I look back on it, I can say that I was successful in it, because I think that had I not done that, had I not gone through that, I would not have known some of the things that I know now. I wouldn't have discovered some of the things about myself that I discovered. So on the outside, it might have looked like a fail, but it really wasn't, because I learned from that. I learned some things that I would not have learned otherwise. So that was necessary uh, for me. So from that, as a business consultant, I went on and kind of like revamped what I wanted to do, and had to be like, okay, Kim, what is it that you really want to do? What is it that you really like? And so that's how I became, a life coach. I found like I was kind of doing that already. I was doing, a podcast, and even as I was helping people with their business, I found that when you're a small business, very much of the business is the individual. And so I found myself talking to people about, themselves more, and about how they were thinking, what they were thinking, why they were doing the things that they were doing. And so even in that has some life coaching aspects to it. And so I decided to delve more into the individual themselves as opposed to the business part of it. um, and so that's how I ended up becoming, a life coach. And just throughout that journey, from the time I initially decided to stay at home, to, when I was, going through my journey of, self discovery and things like that, and finding out what my purpose was and who I was, um, and getting some questions answered, I was able to, write a couple books and get those books out there. And from that experience, being able to share what I've learned, and now being able to share it in a different venue. So as I was on this journey of self-discovery and trying to reset my life from this life of mediocrity, I was asking different questions, and I came upon this particular verse. It is a verse in the Bible. It's in Matthew 6:33, and I think the version I'm about to tell you is from the King James Version, and it says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added." And these things is referring to some things that were spoken to in previous scriptures prior to that verse 33. And so all of the things, meaning all of the material things. And so if you do this first, if you make seeking God first and how He does things, if you make that a priority in your life, then all of the material things will come to you. And so I think at first reading, I understood it from a surface level, but I just felt like there was much more. There were many more layers to the wisdom of that particular scripture. And so as I went to begin to kind of unfold each layer, I began to learn some things, and that's how I began to this journey of beginning to understand that if I wanted to change my life, I had to change my mind. And so I want to share that with you, because I know many of us are out here dissatisfied. Many of us are like, man, I think I could do more. I mean, this job is just not it. Like, it's not allowing me to do the things that I want to do. And let me tell you, like, the 9 to 5 alone is not going to do it. We had to find another way. We're going to have to shift into a different course, a course of action to be able to get the things that we want to get. So I just want to leave you today with a few tips, and I don't want this video to be super long, but I just want it to be kind of short and sweet and give you some things to think about. So first off, we kind of grew up in this really across the world. We had kind of have an idea. The world has kind of defined for us what wealth and success is. But to help you begin to change your mind, I want to redefine for you what wealth and what success is. Uh, uh, First, let me start by saying what success is not. Success is not necessarily um, owning like several businesses, or like I said, having a Fortune 500 business, or being famous, or being celebrity, having everybody know your name. That's not necessarily what success is. But success is to accomplish what you are sent here to do. So if you can leave this life knowing what your purpose is, and knowing that you accomplished it, you have been successful. And wealth, I want to redefine what that is for you as well. Wealth is not having multiple cars, or having a home, a vacation home, a summer home, a winter home, or being able to go on all the luxury shopping sprees. That's not what wealth is. Wealth isn't completely how much money you have in the bank. It includes that, but that is not the totality of wealth. Wealth in its totality is to be whole, is to be complete, is to be abundant in every area of your life, so that no matter what your need is, you have the ability to fill that need, whether tangible or intangible. And money cannot buy you health. Um, Money cannot buy you peace of mind. Money cannot, take away the anxiety in every situation. And so many of us have lost loved ones to, you know, um, disease, and that if we had the money to make them wealthy, or if money was gonna make them wealthy, we would have taken out loans, we would have, you know done whatever we could, but money was not, could not do it. So wealth is to be whole, complete, to be abundant in every area of your life, so that you can have what you need, whether tangible or intangible. So if you're driving in your car, I want you to, when you have a moment, to go back to this video, listen to it with your pen and your paper, or with your phone, and I want you to take notes. And the action steps, the homework that I'm going to leave you all with is: number one, I want you to describe, what does wealth look like to you? Because what wealth or what success looks like for you may not look like for me. And so I want you to take the time, and don't worry about what anybody else says, or what your mom said, what your husband said, what your wife said, what your coworker said about what wealth or what success looks like for you. What does it look like for you? And so I just want to leave you with these 5 tips, which really I could do like a whole hour or more. I could write a book really on each one of these things, but I'm just going to tell you them, as these 5 tips, for you to begin to think about, and know that I do need to have need to know these things. So number one, have a vision. A vision is basically kind of like the end game, or the big picture of what you want your life to look like, or what you want a specific area of your life to look like. So have a vision. Number two, know who you are. That's your identity. Know who you are. The third is know your purpose. And identity and purpose, they are so very much intertwined. You really cannot know the one without the other. So know your purpose, which is to know why you're here. And the third is, or the fourth is to develop a strategy. Now, strategy is really comes out of your vision. And then from strategy, you should be developing a goals, and from your goals will be your everyday course of action. And then this is really necessary if you're going to be intentional, if you're going to have an intentional life. To be intentional is really one of the key character traits that you need to have to really get to the results that you want. So develop a strategy. And the fifth one is to master your mind. Master your own thoughts. We have to begin to expose what these unlimiting belief systems that we all have. They're the things that people have told us, the society has told us, the things that we misunderstood that someone told us about what we could do, about what was possible. Become more aware of what your internal conversation is. Those negative Nancy's that we all have in our minds that's telling us we can't do this, or just things that we've heard people say that have developed, that have become a belief system for us, and kind of determine the tone of our internal conversation. And so I've given you these 5 tips, which many of you have heard before, and we know this on the surface. But what we need is assistance in articulating it. I may know that I need a vision, but I haven't really taken the time to articulate. I really don't even know what it is. So we need assistance in articulating some of these things, and we need to be held accountable to do the work. Some of us need someone to say, "Hey, did you do this? Oh, I thought you said you were going to do this. How's that going?" We need someone that can help us see what we can't see about ourselves. And most importantly, we must be willing to listen. And we have to be able to receive the truth about ourselves, even the hard, ugly truth, if we're really going to change. So, those are the 5 tips I'm going to leave you with. Write them down, and let me know if you say, "Oh, I do have a vision. I do want to be accountable." Let me know in the comments below, and I'll be coming out with something soon that will allow us to be able to do more one-on-one sessions. But in the meantime, if you are in need of a life coach, you say, "Hey Kim, I think you're kind of cool. I think you're someone that I could talk to." What I want you to do is I want you to go to www.kimberlyamatthews.com. Leave your information there, and I will make sure that I get back with you and we can set up something. But if you're not quite ready yet, you want to fill me out a little bit more, make sure that you follow and subscribe on this channel. All right, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye.